What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over a handful of different legendary weapons that you want to have in your arsenal for when Arc 3.0 drops on Season 18. So, further ado, here they are. Alright, guys. So, first off, one of my favorite grenade launchers, the Salvager Salvo, was available quite a few seasons ago. You can get it now at the Monument of the Lost Lights. It's the exotic archive in the tower. If you don't have this thing, I definitely suggest going and picking it up. You'll need 75,000 Glimmer, 100 legendary shards, an Ascendant shard, and an enhancement prism, but this thing is well worth it. It can roll with Ambitious and Chain Reaction. It also has Demolitionist and Vorpal on it. So this thing is very, very, very good at ad clear, and I would definitely suggest having this ready to go when Arc 3.0 drops. Alright, and another fantastic grenade launcher that you should have is the Forbearance. This you can get from the Vow of the Disciple raid. This is a waveframe grenade launcher that can get some really nasty rolls and is also craftable. So if you're able to get yourself 5 of these red borders and complete them, you'll be able to then craft this grenade launcher. The best roll in my opinion is going to be having Ambitious Assassin and Chain Reaction. As you can see, this thing does a ton of damage to ads, clears them really well. Definitely suggest having one of these ready to go as well. Alright, let's talk about what is my favorite pulse rifle in the game right now. Has been for a very, very long time, which is the Darks Before. It's a rapid fire frame pulse rifle that you can get from running the Prophecy Dungeon. You can get this from farming the boss. My favorite roll on it is Overflow and Rampage. They synergize extremely well together. Running over a heavy brick or a special brick, refilling your magazine and keeping Rampage going, well worth it to have. So I would definitely suggest hitting up the Prophecy Dungeon and getting yourself at least a roll of this to try. Alright, next is an absolute monster of a pulse rifle. This is the Horror's Lease that was reintroduced this season that you can currently farm right now doing the Corrupted Strike. You can either do the Corrupted Nightfall or the Grandmaster to get the Adept version. But this thing's fantastic. You can get some great rolls. You can get Heating Up, Perpetual Motion, as well as Kill Clip. Kill Clip on this thing makes it insane. So I would definitely recommend going through and getting yourself a regular one if you're not able to get into the Grandmasters. But if you're able to do a Grandmaster, I would definitely suggest farming to get a good Horror's Lease. Alright, let's talk about an auto rifle called the Arc Logic. Arc 3.0 coming out. This is going to be perfect for it. You're able to farm this thing from the moon. You want to go to the Lectern of Enchantment, and you're going to get the Essence of Failure. You can farm this thing for any role you want. In my opinion, the role that I have is Surplus and Rampage, which I think go very, very well together. And it's great for ad clear, and we have no idea what other things are going to stack with our seasonal mods, so I would definitely suggest getting yourself a Arc Logic for next season. Alright guys, let's talk about the obvious one, the Ikelos SMG. This thing's been around since the Warmind era, and you know, you used to be able to make Warmind cells. You still can, but they're not really that strong anymore. But this SMG is just as strong as ever. I would definitely make sure that you have this ready to go. I prefer to have Threat Detector and Demolitionist, but you can also get Threat Detector and Surrounded, and then you can also get the Seraph rounds, which make the thing really, really good. It's like ricochet rounds on steroids. So make sure, check your vault if you haven't used one in a while, make sure you have one. If not, look out for Zur. He sometimes sells stuff like this, and if he does, make sure you pick one up. Alright, let's talk about a pretty slept on hand cannon in my opinion, but one that I think everybody should have, especially for PvE, which is the Nation of Beasts. You get this thing from doing the Last Wish raid, and this thing is so good. You can get so many great rolls on it. I prefer the Outlaw Dragonfly roll that I have. It's just so good. So I would make sure that you have this one. You can go into the Last Wish raid, put in the Shirochi checkpoint, turn around and go collect the chest. There's tons of guides on YouTube for it, and you know, you can go get one hopefully from that chest drop. If not, run the Last Wish. It's a great raid, and the loot from it is so good, and this is just one of the really good weapons that you can get from that. Alright, let's talk about a really good Arc Fusion Rifle. This is the plug one. You can get this thing from doing Nightfalls, either the regular or the Grandmaster, to get yourself a regular or an Adept version. And next week, this thing is going to be farmable. It's going to be the Arms Dealer, which is a very easy strike, and it's going to be double loot. So I would definitely suggest getting out farming this one. The roles you're going to be looking out for is for PvE, Feeding Frenzy, and Reservoir Burst. Reservoir Burst is just so good on fusion rifles. And then for PvP, Under Pressure, Cornered. I think those are the two really good perks that you're going to want for PvP. So I would definitely suggest getting out and doing Arms Dealer and getting yourself a couple good rolls of this fusion rifle. Alright, so the final energy weapon that I think you should have ready to go for when Arc 3.0 comes out is the Nasrax Whisper. It's an arc glaive that came out this season, and it is craftable. It's very, very good. Personally, Impulse Amplifier and Unstoppable Force are two perks that you should have on this thing, both in PvP and PvE. I would suggest definitely crafting this, getting those rolls on it. Being able to guard with that shield is just so clutch in so many situations that you should just have this thing on the ready, and glaives are so strong. Being able to shoot and melee and all that kind of stuff is just so worth it. Alright, we got a couple heavy weapons that I think you should also have. This is the Tarnation. It's a heavy grenade launcher that came out with Witch Queen. You're able to get this from farming the Wellspring on the Throne World, and this thing is going to be craftable as well. In my opinion, the best roll on it is going to be Clown Cartridge and Chain Reaction. As you can see, the Chain Reaction explosions are just insane, and this thing is going to be fantastic for ad clear. Something you definitely want to have ready to go next season. Now here we got the Half-Truth Arc Sword that came out with the 30th Anniversary Pack. This thing's really good for movement, and with Arc 3.0, movement's going to be really big, so getting Eager Edge on this sword with something like Relentless Strikes is going to be something that you definitely want to have. Alright, here is, in my opinion, the best arc rocket launcher in the game, the Hothead or the Hothead Adept. This is available through Nightfalls and Grandmasters. It's been around for a few seasons now, so if you don't have one, check your vault. Most likely you've got one sitting in there. The best rolls you want are auto-loading and then either Vorpal or Explosive Light. This is a very, very, very strong rocket launcher to have in your arsenal. Alright, last but definitely not least is the Storm Chaser. This came out this season with the Duality Dungeon. You can get this from either farming the second encounter or by farming Keitel. And this linear fusion rifle is insane. You can get so many great rolls. It can come with Clown Cartridge, it can come with Rapid Hit, you can get Firing Line or Vorpal or Frenzy. So there's so many great rolls you can get on this thing, and I would definitely suggest getting in, doing the Duality Dungeon to get arguably the best linear fusion rifle in the game. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you guys drop a rating down below if this video helped you out. Also, if you want to see more Destiny 2 content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All my other socials are in my bio if you'd like to follow me there. If not, till the next video, I'll catch you later.